What's going on, guys? I'm on my main account here and I just thought I'd do a bit of a video whilst cracking on with the game. I got a quest board to be carrying on with. A couple of topics I wanted to talk about. Oh, I got a free roll here. See what we get. Crystal ooze. Yeah, so basically, it's one of these things that's come up recently, and like there's been a few videos brought out about it. The first one to bring one out, as you'd expect, was JT. And basically he was talking about the rank 1 player in the game, and a few other Castle Clash YouTubers have done the same since he brought it up, talked about it. You see there, the guy's changed his name now to JT as a troll. He did have the name The Game Is Dead. You see here, he's just like, I mean, the irony of him calling JT as a troll, and then he's trolling the game by just designing a base like this. You see here, he's just like taking all his heroes off the base and just, designed it saying this game is broken and all that, So, he's obviously like, trolling the game. So that's the irony about it. And I just thought I'd put my opinion on it, because I mostly agreed with everything JD said about it up to a point. He basically thought that he was salty about the fact that, it's now so easy to, gain might in the game. I agree with him that he's definitely salty about the game. I'm not sure whether it's to do with might building. It could be that he's just, had enough of the game, decided, you know what, I'm just going to make sure I'm top might player, and troll the game and try and put people off playing it. I think that's basically what it's come down to. What am I leveling up? Arctica, yeah. So, and I think the reason he's doing it, personally, is quite simply, he's just bored of the game. It's as simple as that. But, to him, staying top might is an issue, because he's had enough of the game. He doesn't have any respect for the game anymore. He wants to put as many people off playing it as possible, Is a good, I think it was Sage brought up a good point about the fact that he's probably had to put a lot of Skull Knights on the account and roll certain traits to build your might, and that's how he's got his might so high. And the other issue about it, he probably is going to have to carry on continuing to play the game if he wants to keep his name and keep his rank top might. He'll have to keep coming back and playing it, and maybe he doesn't want to. So that's another issue about it. And I just basically think he's had enough of the game and he's annoyed with it for whatever reasons. It could be because of the way might progression is. I guess when you're up in the top 10 ranks, might is actually an issue, but I don't see why it has to be. Having the highest might in the game, it doesn't matter. It's not a thing. Who cares? It doesn't prove anything. It doesn't mean you're the best player in the game. Might never has been like that. You can have someone with a 220,000. Well, look at me, I'm 256,000 might, and you see players with a 220,000 might account with much better heroes, with much better traits and talents, and have Skeletic on the account. I don't have a Skeletic and things like that. So might doesn't really mean, a huge amount, It's not the be-all and end-all within the game. And I just wanted to put my opinion out about the fact that, the game isn't dead. There's no way this game is dead. It's crazy to even think it is, It's not broken either. There's no way you can call it broken. Are there certain things that could be changed within it? Yeah, of course there are. I don't think any game's absolutely perfect. There's always certain things. But the game, I think, evolves really nicely, And, one of the issues is they bring out a lot of heroes and it makes a lot of the older heroes redundant. That's just the way it goes, who wants to see a new hero brought out that's another paladin or another succubus or something like that? No one wants that. You can't win if you're IGG, then, can you? If you don't bring out the next hero that's going to be really good and people actually want to get him, what's the point in bringing out a new hero? So that's just the way this game is going to be from now on, and people are just going to have to accept that they're going to keep bringing out these really good heroes, which are going to, make certain other heroes redundant, But then you got to also acknowledge the fact that, people are still new to the game, don't have every hero. It's you could say, well, Drakax now is completely redundant because of Walla can reduce healing for that goblin boss. But a lot of people don't have Walla Walla, they might have a Drakax instead, And it's like saying, oh well, some people were saying like how Walla Walla's made Valentina kind of useless. It's not true. Now you can put Valentina in a team too, so you've got another anti-Ares. You can basically kind of make your two top teams in Fortress Feud anti-Ares teams now. You only ever used to be able to really do it with one, having putting Valentina in one of them kind of thing. Obviously talent depending on what heroes you got. But the other thing as well is like I mean, I used to play on the Facebook version, and I brought this up on my old channel about how I didn't think the game was dead, because that was the perfect example, and it still stands true for what this top player is trying to say, like the game is dead. The game isn't dead, I assure you of that, right? If you've been playing on the Facebook version and you switch to Android, you know damn well how active this game is. I mean, the Facebook version, I don't know if it's been shut down completely now. I switched off my two accounts and had the gems transferred over to Android. Right now, that game was dead. I mean, I could go like, I don't know, God, days and days and days without getting even an attack. You know, if I accidentally log off on here, or I lose connection, half the time I'm getting attacked by the time I log back in. Someone's already attacked me. Do you know what I mean? So that's how active this game is in comparison to the Facebook version one. Facebook version one completely proves that this game isn't dead. Has it peaked? We don't know. Possibly. Is it as active as it used to be? I'm not sure 100%. From checking online, trying to find people to join the guild, there always seems to be people still looking for guilds and stuff, and I'm always seeing a lot of new players. So there's no way the game's dead. It's crazy to even think it's dead, and I don't think the game's broken. I just think the game's evolved, and it's not going to be to everyone's liking. So I just, my ultimate thing with that is, don't worry if you're new to the game and think, oh, what's the point of playing? The game is dead. It's not dead. I assure you of that. This is still, one of IGG's sort of like, one of their main games. This Castle Clash and Mobile Legends, I think, is their two sort of like bread their bread and butter games, let's call them, the ones where they make their most money. I even think Castle Clash is still the top of that list. So don't worry about the game being dead. There's no way it is. So that's kind of my rant on that issue. The other one I've been seeing as well, apparently it's be coming up on, it'll be the 14th of December, so hopefully if it's already happened by the time I put this video out, hopefully I'll put this video out before then. But it's this thing going on called net neutrality. Now I'll admit, like, because I'm from Wales, which is in the UK, I don't know a lot about this net neutrality business, right? There seems to be a lot bigger thing for people in America. I think it's going to hit Americans a lot harder than it will in us in Europe. I'm not even sure what sort of effect it would have on us in Europe, and I don't understand it, completely. I'm not going to claim to be like a pro, an expert on the situation and exactly what's going on. But one of the main things I got from it was, if this net neutrality passes, they might bring out things like you've got to start paying packages to have access to things like YouTube. So instead of just being able to go on the internet and go on YouTube, you would have had to pay a certain like $5 a month or $10 a month, whatever it is, that comes with a package. And it's like, apparently then what you're going to be getting is faster internet speeds, which is just total absolute garbage if that's the truth. Like, I mean, this can't be like, part of me thinking this has got to be a load of rubbish. It's just bound to get swept under the carpet kind of thing, But that's one of the main things I got from it. If that sounds like an absolute nightmare to you, then definitely go look into it and do whatever you can do to make sure this kind of this fails. Apparently they try and push it every few years or something, to get rid of this net neutrality, And you want the internet to be completely free, really, don't you? Obviously, you've got to pay, to have access, but you don't want to then have to be, you want the freedom to be able to choose what you pay for certain sites and everything. But you can't just have like a, what was a free to access model suddenly turn into, a pay to access model. You've never had to pay to be able to go and watch videos on YouTube and to actually access YouTube. So it's just going to be crazy. Like, it's just going to annoy people, isn't it? I mean, think about it. It's like it's the equivalent of, suddenly bringing in, right, well, this supermarkets are going to start, like, charging you to enter their stores. It's insane. Like, it's doomed to fail. It's absolutely doomed to fail. Like, it's just people aren't going to like it. And all that's going to happen is, less people are going to be going to these sites. And, it's going to, less people going to their sites, and they're going to be making less money. So, the companies involved are thinking they're going to be making more money and going to, end up with less money ultimately. So, I don't understand how they can think this is a good idea, or not be opposing this to the hilt. Like, you know what I mean? You can't just like change something which has been one way forever to us. You can't just change something which has been one way forever to a way which means people got to start paying for it. It's not going to work. Like, it's crazy to even think that. Like, you know what I mean? Not with things like, internet websites like YouTube and stuff. You know. Anyway, I'm going on a little bit now. I'm about to complete the quest board, but yeah, I mean, the main one for this, I mean, the net neutrality thing. I don't know exactly what it's all about. I just thought I'd bring that up, tag it on at the end. But certainly with the top might player, this issue of him claiming the game's dead and broken. The game's not perfect, no doubt about that. I'm not going to say it is perfect. It still needs tweaking in areas. But there's no way it's dead. I mean, it's crazy to think the game's dead. Like, I've played dead games. I played games even more dead than the Facebook version of Castle Clash. I was still actually quite active, compared to a lot of games I'd already played that were completely dead. Like, there's still a lot of people playing this game, no doubt. Oh, I got my. Let's just have a look what I got from Lucky Chess first. Yeah. So don't worry about the game being dead. It's not. There's no way it's dead. I think certain games like Clash of Lords 2, which are nowhere near as active as Castle Clash, they would get taken down. That if that game gets taken down, then we can start having a closer look at Castle Clash and see where it's at. But if that game's still going, there's no way the Castle Clash is on its way out. Like, not yet, no. So yeah, cool. All right then, guys. Cheers for that.